about that new hot show, Frat House Chronicles? Man, they got this girl on there called Miss Keita, and boy, when I say she asks you questions to get to know you, that motherfucker get to know you. She asks you shit to where you start thinking like, the fuck she just asked me? That girl go.
But have you heard Blk Diamond though? Oh my goodness, she be talking about sex and keeping it sexy in the bedroom and all these, tips and tricks and things you could do for your man. Oh yeah, Blk Diamond go on the Frat House Chronicles podcast.
Yo, shit, they even got this host that's fire. Keep it all the way 100. Her name is Lady Reeses, man. She keep everybody together, everybody doing what they supposed to do, and keep all the hottest topics out there that we need to cover. You should definitely hear about it, man. It's lit. It's fire.
But have you heard about Braylen? Girl, oh my goodness.
But is Mr. Should keep it real all the time because he is hot.
Man, he ain't got no filter though. That's what makes it so good, because he just keep it all the way solid. Like,
and you want to listen to his ass.
Right.
You know? I gotta listen to Braylen. Wait, what time is it?
Oh man, it's almost 9 o'clock. Oh shit, it's finna come on.
Frat House Chronicles every Friday at 9 p.m.
Yo, what's good? It's the Frat House Chronicles podcast. We in this thing. I got my co-host Braylen in the building. What's happening?
Yo, what's up, world? What's up? It's the boy, the done. Yes, sir.
I got Blk Diamond in the building. What's going on?
What's going on with everybody? Blk Diamond is here and ready.
I got Hey Zeus in the building, our special guest for the evening. What's going on?
What it do? Thanks for having me.
And Miss Keita is in full effect with us. What's happening?
How's it going? I didn't know I get introduced last behind the guest, though. That's an interesting takeoff, but okay, keep going.
I just went around the table and how we were sitting, and I am Lady Reeses, so you're not last, I'm last, but it's all good.
Already on some bullshit.
Right.
The cougar is loose.
I'm not old enough yet. I'm 32.
Oh, damn.
I thought it was 30 plus.
35 and up.
Oh, well, hold the hell on. Don't just say that because I'm almost close to the only 35-year-old in here.
You sit next to him.
He's a guy. Guys are not cougars.
He's like a panther or something.
Black Panther.
Don't say that.
But we ain't gonna do that dumbass Wakanda dance that Lady Reeses is doing.
My dance are never do that again.
Don't you ever do that shit though. Cockmonger.
They just hate.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
You should do it right now.
No, don't do it. We got to record it.
I don't have my jingles on. That's the only
She don't got her
reason I
natural.
can.
She had the natural.
Yeah, I had the natural.
She got it
iron.
but now she had the flat iron, so it's like she's not even in the.
I don't know, bells. I'd help you do it.
I know. See, Kid is with me on this. I appreciate that.
If you would have seen how the dance looked, you would not agree. She was like, like it was like some Harlem Shake.
I saw the video.
It was shit.
No.
I was on my Wakanda shit.
What kind of shit is that?
Exactly, that's what it was.
Y'all hate right. We got some haters in the building tonight.
Just with that dance, but you know.
Whatever. My shit was fly. Okay. Anyways, we got a nice little show for y'all tonight. We got we somewhat continuing off of what we went into last week. It's still going on. Reverend Al Sharpton will be here to speak at the funeral for the family of the Stephon Clark, who was killed by the police, who was executed by the police.
R.I.P.
Yes, rest in peace.
And we got some current events for you. We're going to kick it off with Braylen. So he got a couple things he want to put you up on game on. So let's get into it.
Oh, yeah, man. The first thing I think I want to bring up kind of going off, the police brutality thing. I just recently got hip to, what happened to the guy named Austin Sterling. Y'all remember that story, right? What happened to him and whatnot. I guess, just recently, I guess the officers in that situation, they will not be charged with the murder of him or held accountable for that at all. So, it's just getting worse and worse. You know what I'm saying? As far as, minority black men, we're going down, faster each and every day. You know what I mean? It's already hard enough that we gotta go against society and try to really make a name for ourselves and build a legacy and take care of our kids and our family like that. But it's hard to do it when we're up against, when we're up against a uneven playing field with the powers to be. And a lot of that is, we hate to say it, but it is, a lot of the times white people and whatnot. But it's the truth. You know what I mean? Because we are on their turf, we are on their land. But hey, we trying to make the best that we can, and it's crazy how they try to imprison us and give us records and stuff like that, to tarnish our names, so that we can't go out here and be successful in the society that we're supposed to be, But we have to still eat. You know what I mean? Like when you got kids at home that's hungry, they need new clothes, new shoes, they got to go to school. You got to provide as a man, especially as a black man, especially if you're in your household. You know what I mean? That's another thing. You're taking a black man out of the home, so he cannot be a provider, cannot be a prime example, cannot be a man of the house. You know what I mean? Some of the time. But now, let me put it on this side. Some people do make wrong decisions. I'm not going to sit here and say that. But it's a thing where life goes on no matter what. You know what I mean? You have to answer that call. You have to answer that bell. Rent need to be paid. Gas needs to be in the car. Food need to be on that table. Mm-hmm. So definitely, to kind of veer back to what I was saying about Austin Sterling, man, and many like him before him, and maybe going to be a lot more, obviously, after him. This is like the new modern day lynching, you know what I mean? Where officers are seeking out black men and destroying the black family, for sure.
Absolutely.
And still getting paid on leave and shit, which I really feel is hella dumb. Why don't y'all figure it out first and then, but y'all getting paid and that's some bullshit.
Yeah,
Like for real.
That's definitely some
I done
bullshit.
killed this young black man, 2 kids and all this shit, and I'm still at home resting, getting paid.
Chilling with my family.
And you just took this little young ass little boy from his family.
Right.
Little young dude, father of 2 at 23. That's fucked up.
Well, you know what else it is, though? People don't really get it until it actually happens to them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't hit home, really. But this could be easily you or somebody that you know or anything like that, because like they say, bullets has no name, and a lot of times you just are in the wrong place at the wrong time, and you never know when somebody's plotting on you.
Yeah, they're just so close to home. Being in Sacramento where it happened, I stayed right down the street from 29th Street. I used to live on 29th Street where it happened at. So so close, and remember I told you the helicopters and hella shit, and it's just.
And we was over there the Friday before
earlier that day. Yeah,
so that's crazy, and then it's crazy because there's no justice being served, because there's nothing that I could see if maybe they were on unpaid leave until after the investigation, but. You got these officers chilling, and it don't even matter whether one of the cops was black and one of the cops was white.
And they about to blame it on the black cop.
Yeah, that don't even matter. The point is, y'all cops took the life of another person. You could have easily. First of all, he was down after the second shot. You emptied your whole clip, and you didn't even do the commands that you should have done. In order to get him that, if you really thought you seen a gun, why you didn't tell him to drop his weapon before we opened fire on you? No, you didn't even do that. You said gun, and then you emptied your clip, and you could see that he was down. First of all, the helicopter was on top of him, could see that he didn't have no weapon in his hand that looked like a gun. So now you over here that's super out of pocket. And even though you may not fry for this, you definitely gonna fry in the court of public opinion.
Let me play devil's advocate on this one real quick. If the officer was black that killed that brother, would we still be having this conversation?
Yeah,
it was a black cop. It was
Okay.
a black cop and a white cop. Now, of course,
Was
it's going to be.
Did the black cop shoot him, or was it the white cop that shot him?
No,
will
both
never
of
know.
them
They
shot.
both emptied their clips.
They both emptied their clip.
They both
But
shot
the black
7
cop
or 10.
fired first.
Supposedly.
Fired off his first.
Well, we don't know who fired
Supposedly.
first.
Exactly.
We don't know who fired first.
But no, it wouldn't make it no better if it was a black cop, because then they would become on black crime, and
Yeah.
you know, it's still fucked up either way.
Just
it goes.
because there was a call about break-ins in the neighborhood does not mean he was the one doing it. If they didn't find there was no glass residue, there was no, I don't know, crowbar, no tools to help him do it.
All he had was a phone.
Was his cell phone. So
At his own house. He was trying to get in his own house.
So we're talking about Stephon Clark now.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it go back to the George Zimmerman, the nigga that he's still walking around. After the Trayvon Martin, that's why motherfuckers make it seem like it's okay to kill this little young, like the way he had an Arizona on him, killed.
Yeah.
This little boy had a phone, killed. You know, like, there's no justice. They do it.
Officers about to walk for what's his name, Alton Sterling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More
Yeah.
walking.
Yeah,
yes.
that's
There's no
what
justice
was
behind
said.
it.
The
That's
fucked
what
up part
Braylen
about
said.
it is each state, you know, they have those different rules and regulations to where, you know, in certain states, I know people in the South that are walking the streets with choppers, you know, 9s, Glocks, AKs, whatever, and it's okay. But, you know, in California, New York, that shit ain't cool. So, you know, the rules is a little different. It's unfortunate that the Zimmerman clown got off, you know what I mean? But I think where it really starts at, I think it starts in the black home with more education, rather it's in school, which we know is a bad system already, but it really is the parents to take more time to let their children know what's really going on in
That
the
is
world.
not safe.
That is not safe. I mean, most parents are working, you know. These days, it takes 2 to 3 people to raise a child inside of a household.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, so I think that once we can start figuring out what's going on in our home first, then we can start pushing it out to the outside. Because if someone walks into your house and your shoes are on, their shoes is on, and everyone's shoes is on, they're gonna walk into your house with their shoes on. They're not gonna think, okay, let me take my shoes off. But if your shoes are off at the door, automatically you're gonna think, oh, let me take my shoes off. And I think that that's what it goes for going forward. We have to really teach our children, our young black men, our young black sisters, all about respect and what it's like to be kings and queens, to respect each other and love one another. And once we figure that out, and once we get to that to the masses, I think it's going to be a lot better, because we are actually the real leaders of this earth, not just America. I mean, we're indigenous, so it's more indigenous people here than all those white folks. So what we need to do is we need to start coming together. We need to start figuring out what's more important. We can't think that only sports and rapping is the only way to make it. We need doctors. We need lawyers. We need people that's going to be Secretary of State, engineers, teachers. We need these people in our neighborhoods, and we need them to be successful, and we need to push for them, and we need to give them the love and respect that they deserve, so that way when kids are growing up, they can say, you know what, instead of being like Rick Ross or instead of being like LeBron, I want to be like this guy right here who's making a change in the neighborhood. And I think that when we start doing that, it's going to be a lot better. Of course, it's a hurdle. It's unfortunate that black people, Mexicans, whites, whoever, have been killed at an alarming rate. I remember living in L.A. This thing was happening all the time. Black folks were being killed before the cell phones and before social media, you know. And I don't believe it's going to stop anytime soon until we actually start working on it inside of our homes and within it ourselves.
I definitely agree. It does start in the home. And I think more so than anything, one thing that I was listening to is, you know, the fight is not fair. So we shouldn't be fighting for fairness. We shouldn't be fighting for equal rights, because that's been our fight for the longest time. And you see where we're at now. So it's like, let's stop fighting for fair and let's just get ourselves together and get right. And get these families together, because they targeted the black home. And one of the things that they did when they targeted the black home, which I wasn't aware of, was that back when the Tulsa, Oklahoma bombings went on, they targeted the bookstores.
Yep.
Because that was our education. And I wasn't even aware that they had targeted bookstores, the local Black-owned bookstores, until recently. So I was like, well, why would they target the bookstores? Oh, yeah, okay, because we're educating ourselves and we're knowing that all the things that we have been taught was a lie prior to then. So it definitely starts with education in our homes and just really bringing the Black family back together, because it has been torn apart, ripped apart, and they do everything that they can to, keep us apart. That's why divide and conquer. But yeah, we definitely need to start coming together a little bit more. Like I've said before, each person has a special skill set, and we all need each other. So we definitely just have to repair the Black family and really come together, because we are the innovators. We are the ballers and the shot callers. We are what makes this world go round. If it wasn't for us, there would be no them. Period. So you're welcome for all the things that you've taken from us and created on a bigger scale. But now that we have a lot more tools in our bags, we got this. So we finna get it popping. We finna really come together on some global type shit and really do what it is we need to do, because we're not gonna stand for the same old. Those days are long gone and out of here. But the fight is not for fairness. The fight is for us to really come together and, get our chips, get our paper, get everything that we should have already had, but we really didn't know how to monetize it. And now that we really seeing how to monetize it in a really big way, that's where our focus should lie.
Yeah, with the way that the social media is right now, I mean, it's really geared for anybody to be a boss. With being able to monetize YouTube, monetize the things that we say. I mean, there's children that have YouTube pages with millions of followers that are getting paid by just dancing and listening to music. So this is definitely the time for us to get together and to have our voice heard. I mean, this show right here is in several different countries, and they're listening to words that we're saying. So even though we may be 5 people strong, our voice is getting around the world, and it's making a difference. We just have to continue to do that on a consistent basis, not just when there's something wrong going on. And it's just like when you pray. You don't want to pray to God when something bad happens. You want to pray to Him every day. You know what I mean? Even when something good happens, you want to do these things. So that's what we have to do. We have to stay together. We can't just march when something bad happens. We have to come together, and we have to have more programs for our children, after school programs, more computers, just things that are going to push our kids and the youth to the forefront. In a couple of years, I mean, we know where it's going towards. We just have to do the knowledge. Just like the bookstore, we have to go in there and we have to educate ourselves. We have to self-educate. We have phones. There's no reason why we can't Google certain things. I mean, like today, for instance, I learned that you don't need a driver's license. I thought, well, sure, you need a driver's license. And the Supreme Court passed a couple different cases saying that if you say that you're a traveler on the road, it doesn't matter. You don't need a license. And that's online. You guys can Google that. Traveling versus driver's license, and you'll see that on there. It's just being self-educated.
Well, yeah, because driving is a privilege. Yeah. It's not a right. Mm-hmm. It's a privilege. So you having this, we give you this privilege to navigate behind the wheel. So that's a really good point. It's a lot of things that we don't need that people push on us, or the media pushes on us, society as a whole pushes on us to have, certain things, and a lot of the stuff we really don't need, but it's just another way for, okay, well, let's get these tax dollars paid, let's get these this and that paid, and I'm on that Cardi B hype, like, where is these receipts for the taxes that I'm paying to y'all? Because right. I see fucked up roads everywhere I go. So what's really going on? Where is this money being spent at? Where is my tax dollars going? I would like to see some receipts on these things, because you know, I might not want my money to go over there. I might want my money to go over here.
Yeah.
You know, so is my money really being spent? At least not in my community. It's not.
It's going towards the mistresses and you know the golfing and the private planes and the trips. That's where the money going, and that's why when we come to change, we got to start hitting that election box for our local communities, our local Congress, and all these things that are going on in California and the city of Sacramento, so we can make those changes within our communities and then push out.
Oh, absolutely. And this is an election year,
Yes,
so
yes.
it's not a presidential election year, but it is an election year.
Wake up.
Message.
Right, America.
Get off your ass and go vote.
Each one teach one, and
right.
that's where you can start.
Exactly.
Even though it's one vote, but it does add up. There's like $1 adds up to everything. So mind you that your voice will be heard. It will be accounted for. You can't take action in that way. And you know, sometimes people say, well, you can't say anything because you didn't vote. Certain things, you know what I mean? My personal feel is, you know, you necessarily have to vote on everything. But definitely, if you won't change, this is the way that you go about it. You know what I'm saying? You have to play the game. You have to actually get in there and do your due diligence. Make sure you know what you're talking about. Make sure you know what you're voting on. Make sure you're educated. Make sure that you're very well mindful of what you're doing. Because if you don't know what you're doing, then you don't have no say so. Because it don't matter. So you definitely need to educate yourself and know what's going on around you. And be mindful of those things, guys, out there. To all y'all. So, is there anything else y'all want to top on right now? Anything on top of the dome?
Did you know your president's having an affair?
My president?
Stormy
That's,
Daniels.
I don't have a president.
And the sons have apparently had an affair too.
I know, right?
With Danny King.
Danny Gay.
Right, the
Aubrey,
Aubrey, yeah, the little,
Aubrey O'Day.
yeah,
We're talking about current events.
right, yeah.
You remember Aubrey? She was one of the
Yeah. One
I
of the,
knew
the
her
popular
name
girls.
sounded
Yeah.
familiar.
Danny Kane.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what
How's that a
else?
black girl?
You know our favorite,
There is a
you
black girl,
know,
but not Aubrey.
Yeah, no.
yeah, there's two black girls.
She was
It's
fucking
Don,
with
it's Don and D Woods was the black
D
girls.
Woods, her. Yeah,
The
yeah, what
thick
happened
one.
there?
They
She's
all
fine.
dispersed. Then it didn't work out.
Don don't look the same.
No,
She's,
no.
She's changed.
But do you see, like, you know, our favorite person we talk about is the William. Do you see how he turned down the prenup?
Oh, you talking
Yeah,
about
the-
Prince William?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
He
crazy.
turned down the prenup.
yeah.
He said no.
I don't believe in that.
Ah, she finna get him.
Yeah.
Get him, bitch, get him.
No,
You know what?
I hope not.
I would be with
Oh,
that
the
if
next
it was her
relations
first
and
marriage.
relationships.
This is-
You know what they gonna say about the black
How
chick.
hoes out
Just
here
use
getting
them.
your money?
Oh, hell.
If this
No.
was her first marriage, I would probably say, okay, but this is marriage number 2.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
he the one
She
said
finna
no
get
to
him.
it. She didn't say. She wrote it out and he said no.
On some real side, I
You
mean,
better
marriage
not
is
do.
marriage, but
You
at the
better
same
not
time,
do it
man,
like that.
Well, if
Me-
he love her, I mean, if he love her enough
No,
to
me
I think
personally, I'm
so.
like this though, man. Like on some real shit. Like if you've been with somebody for so long, like what does marriage really change?
A year.
They've been together
They've been
for
for a
like
year.
2 years
Yeah.
now.
I ain't talking about
What?
that. I'm talking about just period.
Oh.
because
Marriage is a
at
business.
the end of it's a business.
Thank you.
But
I'm like, it's still the same
in
pussy.
terms of if
It's
something
a partnership.
Partnership.
but if something happens to you in the hospital, your wife has say so. Your
That's
girlfriend
right.
doesn't.
Oh, so what if she don't like me that day?
Then she
pull
gonna pull a
blood on
motherfucking
me?
blood.
She
And
gonna-
your
I'm in this
girl-
part.
And your girlfriend got right.
Nigga get dead.
Yeah, that's how a lot of these niggas getting set up with the life insurance shit. You know what I'm saying? These bitches
That ain't
got
us
shit.
that do that. That's
Bullshit.
no.
I seen this bum black chick on ID.
There's one
Yeah.
out of a million.
Oh, it's a couple
stop.
more.
It's unfortunate,
It's a couple
but
more.
black women don't be thinking
It's a couple
that.
more.
Hell no.
These black bitches.
They need to start thinking.
Sorry,
that.
not these black bitches. I'm sorry, but these black women, some of these black women, they be setting you up from the gate.
No,
Dead ass.
I don't
that's
think so.
not.
Humans set you up from the
forte.
gate. We all do it. Men set each
I
other
would,
up.
some black
Yeah.
women may act out in the heat of that moment.
Emotions.
And once that moment is over, you either rocking or you not. There's no continuous destruction. And if you got somebody, a wife that you got to worry about on your deathbed, it's time to rethink
And
some
she ain't
decisions.
just waking up out the blue like, let me kill Braylen today. No, you
Yeah.
did something for that thought to
I
get in
would
her
want
mind.
that. I don't, you know.
Nigga is trying to come up. That's all it is, too.
Well, they
You know what I'm
met
saying?
on their philanthropy travels. And
Look,
stuff.
if I was an actual prince or a
Cause
king,
she's in the
I'ma
she's in the
question
helping
every
in the
fucking
projects
woman's
and stuff, and he
Look
and
here.
he
He
is
like that
No,
black
I
chick.
thought
Yeah.
it was
And I
a
hope she
friend
don't do
of
nothing
a
He
wrong,
like
because that's
that
gonna give us a
black chick.
bad
But they were in
name.
mutual
They already got
projects
bad
and
names.
I think
This is
she's a
even
good
worse.
one.
oh,
Yeah.
she black.
Yeah,
She's
she
black.
black.
Well,
Oh.
She the
she's
black
mixed,
but she'll be the black
but
princess.
she
Well.
is close. Cause the mama black.
He's done.
No, he's not. She's
You
a
crazy.
good one.
She
I
about
hope
to
so.
rip this
But
nigga
see, here's the
up.
thing. Harry, I don't really think cares about
hella
falling
black.
in line. No,
He
he's
hella
like
black.
the younger brother, so he's
That's what
got.
I'm
No,
saying.
that shit
Yeah.
making me mad a little bit, though.
What make you mad?
Interracial dating.
Alright. But the niggas do it all the time.
That's
Okay,
just
as
hard
long
for
as
me
you
to
happy,
fathom,
you
though.
happy. You know?
Well,
I
Some
mean,
white
is
man,
it
But look
pink
what she
penis
got.
and a
Oh my
black vagina. Oh,
I
my
would
God.
rather
It
see
was-
black on black, but if you happy, you happy. You
I mean, true
Nah.
enough. Now, this is what I do
Nah.
say, right? If you're really looking for a real love, right? I know this is kind of going off on a whole nother subject, but if you're really looking for real love, you don't look for love with your eyes. You look for it with your heart all day long. Because it truly is blind.
Because when y'all 7
Got
years
it!
old and you're on that couch, you want to make sure
I'm
that
with
them
you,
juices
but
still
your
flowing.
heart ain't what sees
That's not
first.
first.
Your
Not the
eyes
juice you
see
just
first,
jacked
though.
off to.
Not them
It's just
juices,
like-
fool. Talking about the emotional juices.
The ones you wipe on your blanket when you don't
be
want
able
to
to
get
have
up.
a conversation with your woman when y'all 65. You don't want to be on both of y'all on opposite sides of the couch.
But men don't work for it no more. They as soon as first
That's-
day they
wait a
hit some
minute.
shit, so that is not. They're not
That's
working with the
'cause-
heart.
But that's because women
The
give it
females
up
don't
too,
make them.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
they don't
what I'm
like
saying.
that. They don't like that.
Yeah.
Females leave too. Like
Yeah.
they just want to. They just want to hit.
It's what all. It's at the end of the day. It's what the man wants at that time. You know, at 31, he may want just that hit, but at 35, he may want something more, and he just got to find
I
that
still
one.
think that's too young. 35, they still dicks. They still assholes. They still cheaters. Maybe when they like 40
Sounds
something.
like real experience.
Here we go.
This is your conscience.
I think it depends when you started doing your thing out there. If you started at a young age, I mean, if you think about it, if you out there playing around at age 13 and you 35, I mean, that's 22 years of being a dick. You know what I mean? You might want to try something different. It's a lot easier. It's a lot less stressful. Those are facts. And,
But
so.
men fucking even before then. Like,
You know,
12,
girls
13.
are
Yeah.
losing their virginities at like 9, 10 years
yeah,
old.
no,
that's
that's fucking
unfortunate.
disgusting.
Yeah, that's
Like
too
that.
disgusting.
That is
That's
fucking disgusting.
right.
Like at 9, how do you know anything
Like-
of? At 9, I was playing football with the guys,
Cell phones.
AKA grinding,
lying.
pumping.
I didn't lose my
Being
virginity
a
until I
little
was
fast
20
little
years
something.
old in college. Sorry,
But she liked to get touchdowns.
he would know. Anyway,
Like Braylen.
right? It's
Like
Braylen.
Braylen.
But no, I was talking to one
He
of
can-
my
I need-
cousins. He's 13 in middle school. So dating in middle school.
Yeah.
No,
You know what? You know what? Doing some real shit.
They're being taught to have two. Boys are having two girls. Girls are becoming okay with sharing boyfriends
It's always
in middle school.
Because they mom. That's because they mama
But
hoe.
peep game.
They mama a
So
side
you
chick.
get
Like
to be
I-
17,
starts in the home.
19,
They
and
do.
20.
Peep game though. I saw the other day. I was driving past. It was like a junior high school or something like that. And me, if I was a father, right? I seen a boy and a girl. They couldn't be no more than maybe 14 years old, and they're crossing the street holding hands and shit. So in my mind, I know if they holding hands, they doing something more than that. You know what I'm saying? These little young relationships and shit, and that's how young kids end up having kids because these parents are not. I'm not saying all parents, or some parents are not paying attention to their child, and they're allowing them to have boyfriends and girlfriends at a young age and shit like that. And they hanging out, they sneaking around. You know, we did the shit when we was young.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But
No.
you know, it bothered me though. I was like, damn, like they too young for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like because you know when you young and you have your hormones are going and you got all that shit going on, you're not paying attention to school. You don't care shit about nothing but being with that person that you in love with or like or whatever, right?
In strong like.
Yeah.
I use that.
And then you got some parents that will fucking nurture that relationship though.
Yeah, talking
Like
about as long
will
as
help
she come
them.
over the house where they go watch.
Help them get little Valentine's gifts and let them come over and spend the night and little shit like
right.
that.
They just leave
Like,
the door
what?
open. Hell
Hey,
no.
you know what? Shout out to my parents because they did let my boyfriend come spend the night.
See?
We was in separate rooms.
Yeah.
So the one
They
that
were
staying all
there.
night.
Yeah, he
nah.
stayed the night. We were in separate rooms.
Were y'all sneaking in each other's rooms?
Nah.
So what's the point of staying all night?
It was too many people there. Because he lived in... See? No, because we went... I was 16 and...
He was 22.
No, he was 18.
I knew he was grown. I knew he was grown.
But he was...
And he ain't grown.
He
Wait.
was living in the Bay Area.
So 18 is not grown?
No.
It's not considered grown?
To who?
It's considered legal.
Okay, let me ask you
considered an
this. You
adult.
have you have a daughter. You have a daughter. So you mean to tell me right now, if your daughter, how old is she right now?
12.
Okay, let's say she's 15
Mhm.
or 16, and she comes home with an 18-year-old boyfriend.
Mhm.
You okay with that? As a father, though, on the real side.
I don't believe that I'm going to be okay with her having a boyfriend, period.
Oh, well, she's going to get a boyfriend.
That's gonna happen
Trust
though.
that.
But if she says, "Daddy, this is the dude that I like. This is my boyfriend," you go, "How old is you, little nigga?" And he said, "Well, sir, I'm 18 years old. About to be 19 next week."
You could have just turned 18. What's
Yeah,
still
yeah,
wouldn't-
yeah.
I
it still
said
wouldn't make a
19 next
difference.
week.
I know, but it
That
still
would
wouldn't
be
make a
a
But
change.
difference.
Yeah.
okay, so he's 18. He just
He
turned
just-
18
yeah,
Look
yesterday.
at little Wayne daughter. She's
Yeah.
19,
And she's
and why you
16?
see he's 27.
Exactly.
Who?
What is he doing with that little
YFN.
girl?
This
She's
once
19.
again.
Russell
He's
Simmons.
27.
Russell
When?
Simmons was in his 40s and he's with
Yeah,
Kamar.
but
She
she was
was
19
16,
too.
17.
Yeah.
Exactly, but guess what? That shit is still nasty. That
It
is
No,
wrong.
it is.
When did once
It
again,
is.
I'm devil's advocate. I want everyone to know that. Don't think that what I'm saying I agree with. But when did it become wrong? Think about it. Read the Bible. In the Bible, there were people that kings were marrying 10, 11 years old. There were parents
That's
that were
wrong.
giving their kids away at 9, 10 years old.
That's
so
still
when did it
wrong.
become? But when did it become wrong? Because for so many centuries, it was okay.
Well, this is okay.
But they married in their bloodline. It was a bunch
That's
of
what I'm
Yeah, they
saying.
set up the marriages
Okay.
before they was born.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
why was it okay?
Okay, but we're talking about
Now.
We're
They
talking
had-
about
the difference
times
is they
change,
had
right?
empires to run
So,
in, so everything
anybody-
was a
like
breeding
I
ground.
said-
Needed a military.
like you
in
said.
that way.
Okay,
No,
you're
it's
a
hard.
40 you're a
There's only
40-year-old
5
man.
people.
You're a 40-year-old man, or even a 27-year-old man. Whatever. What type of real interest are you having in a fucking underage fucking
With a
person?
16-year-old,
I agree
there
with
is
that.
no
There's
business.
no business you should be
That
having.
is nasty.
Your mentality should not even
So
be the same.
that means you're going to you. So when you ride past a fucking school, you're getting hard.
Yeah.
You're getting your jollies off. That tickles your fancy. No, nigga, you're a rapist. That's
Yeah.
what you are. You're a child molester, and you should
get that
fucking
little
go somewhere and
16,
get that shit dealt
17-year-old
with.
that's
I mean,
developed right.
Not even 16 and 17, they young.
'Cause I
They
got
got
little
with
nieces,
ass
too.
and
Shit.
titties,
Man, that's
like-
crazy.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
Fuck that shit.
I'm 35 and I don't
Because
even
you
have
never know.
first-
Because you know
with
these.
25-year-olds. I can't even, we don't even think the like 25-year-old women. They like this, that, and the third. I'm 35. There's nothing we have in common for real.
Exactly.
So I see that. I see what you're saying.
And
The
then-
music, we don't even like the same damn music.
Right. Then
Niggas
but
like
peep
Tekashi
game.
6ix9ine.
Right. You can't even
Oh,
go. You
no.
can't even.
Like
You
that
can't.
bullshit.
You can't even go have a fucking drink.
Jiggy with this shit.
But this is the other crazy side of it, though, right? You got these. You never know who's looking at your fucking kid. These
You don't.
pervert ass people, they will fucking kidnap your fucking kid. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
They will.
And do them fucking bad. Leave they fucking body in the fucking alley, bro. That shit pisses me off. I'm
Emmett
really
Till.
getting upset with that. because
R.I.P.
that shit is real life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
for a young girl, it's hard. You know what I'm saying? Because you are always a prey at any age
Yeah.
That's
to
true.
any fucking man at any given time. You can be snatched up, held at gunpoint, raped, and everything else.
Yep. It could
And
be the
not
creepy
nobody give a
neighbor.
fuck about
It
you.
could be the creepy neighbor, older.
You
You never
That's
know.
why it pays to have people in your life that
Mhm.
keep that extra eye out on you.
Yeah.
I mean, look, just for me, I was 16, only child at American River College, just as square as I wanted to be. Just stroll past this group of dudes at the cafeteria that was like, why are you here? Oh, you're hella smart, but you're hella young. You don't know brothers or nothing? No. You rolling with us. A frat house today, that's how it is. Like, oh no, you ain't finna just be out here on this campus like that. You with us. And that's kind of how that went. So, and it paid all these years. Because out of all those moments I done been out with everybody, not one time have I had a drink spiked. Not one time have I been tried inappropriately by no dudes on no dumb shit. I think I would say my parents trust everybody in this group. They don't spaz out past weird hours. So, I mean, I would just, it's really a blessing just to have that extra
Layer
set.
of protection.
Yeah, it is. You know, overall.
That it's real.
Yeah.
But see, that's another thing too, though. We have to, and I'm gonna say this as a black man. As a black man, we have to make sure that we still are respecting our black women.
True.
Straight up. Because we get out here and we think it's cool to cuss her out, call her out her name, beat her down physically, mentally, emotionally. And then if we see that shit and another black man sees that shit, you just start getting involved, man. You know, some things are not our business, but if you see a dude beating on a fucking girl, doing her wrong, talking to her any type of way, as a black man, you should be offended. You should be fucking very upset because that could be your sister, your cousin, your niece, your mama, your grandma, anybody like that. So I'm challenging all black men, any man out here that's hearing my voice right now. If you see a woman of any color get disrespected, you step in, man, and do that, and be that fucking protection.
Right.
And don't record it on your cell phone.
Yeah, right.
Talking about
Right.
World Star.
Yeah,
That's
right.
one of the biggest issues I have, especially with African Americans. That's the first thing we want to do is
Just
put
pull out your
ourselves in
phone. Like,
fucking
damn, can you
World
call
Star.
somebody instead of trying to record some shit?
Yeah, we
Right.
looking like a bunch of
Like-
monkeys to the damn world. That's what they do. They laughing at us.
Coonery.
You know what I mean? Straight coonery and buffoonery. That's all it is. And then we get mad about why people think of us in certain ways. It's what they see. If they see a bunch of clowns, they're going to call you a clown. Don't get mad when you get called a clown because you're acting like one.
That's like you
It's
in a
just what
fucking
it is.
circus all the damn time, and
It starts, once again, like I said, it starts from within, and it starts within the household.
You got that mentality, well, I'm going to be me and everybody else got to get used. No, everybody's not going to get used to it because look at
because
the
it's not
dilemma
because
that
it's not
we in.
okay.
It's not okay.
It's not okay.
Yeah, kind of piggyback what you said, you know what I'm saying, Hey Zeus, like Hey Zeus. When you said starting the household, we need to go back to our generation. We need to go back to when our parents was bringing us up. Because nowadays, these fucking parents, they're up here sitting here asking their kids to do things.
Right.
No, you tell your fucking
And
kid
guess
what
which
to do.
age group that's doing it? It's y'all's age with kids that's got the teenagers running around here like they done lost their
It done
mind.
got-
Like, we're
Right.
friends. We ain't
Yes,
friends. I'm your
that's-
parent, nigga.
It done got so bad to where, like, it kind of hurt me when I found out Toys R Us is closing. That used to be our favorite store. Pick out one thing, and now because kids get iPads, they don't get toys. They got Amazon ordering little weak shit. They don't have the
have a
childhood that we
These
had.
kids is fucking expensive.
You know, like Toys R Us, for real. My mom used to take us, like, get good grades. We'll
Go
to
the fuck
Toys R Us.
outside.
You
Go
have
entertain
something-
yourself.
You have something to look forward to. Kids stay in the house on their iPhone, they on Xbox,
Video.
PlayStation.
Man.
They don't know
My
nothing
kids
about when the
outside
street
with
light
all
come on around
electronics.
you. I should have been at home before the street lights. You know, they don't know about none of
Remember
that.
that shit? Used
They
to
don't
be
know about
mad.
flying down the
Yeah.
freeway in boxes and shit. They don't get dirty no more. Tell a little kid, like, go outside. For what?
You got a paper clip injury on your hand, you dead to the world.
Right. Like, you remember, like, you could tell when your friends that because all the bikes was in front of somebody's house. You're like, oh, that's where everybody at, you know?
Yeah. Go
Exactly.
knock on the door.
This is the other thing, though. You know what I'm saying? Now, to each his own. But you know how some these kids are so fucking soft. I got a stomach. Yeah, I got to stay home. Oh, hold the fuck up.
Somebody
Get
talking
your
about
ass
me.
up and get the fuck up out of here and take your ass to school.
What we say before, they don't know how to cap no more.
No.
We used to roast
Oh,
each
they-
other.
yeah.
Now, you know, it got so bad to where they're getting bullied and they scared to go to school. They
Bullied,
killing
man.
themselves. Man, I used to get in
Ain't no
trouble
such
for
thing as
talking.
bullies.
I used to
You
get in
know
trouble for
what's
talking shit to
crazy?
somebody.
You
Like,
cannot,
cap.
like, bullying,
Right.
bullying was the thing back then, but it not as present
Maybe
as
because
it
it
was
wasn't, we
now.
didn't have social media.
But no, but I mean,
We used to
bullying
talk about
was
each
a
other.
thing
Whoever let their mama pick
back
it.
then,
Remember that
but it
shit?
wasn't
America's so
really
sensitive
present.
now.
It's
Yeah.
Right.
You can't say
These
shit.
kids
That's what I'm
sensitive
about to
because
say.
they parents having them when they 13 and 14 and not raising them.
They're not
'Cause they're
fighting,
kids
though.
having
It's all
kids.
words.
Yeah.
It's
all
not.
words,
Nobody is
yeah.
throwing hands.
Ain't nobody
Social
screwing
Social
up.
No.
book, cyber bullying.
Hey.
What?
Right. You don't even got to see this person. Get off the computer. You won't see
Log
it.
out,
You won't
nigga.
see
They
it.
call
Yo,
me all
bro,
these
remember
names.
when you was like, damn, like, damn, you cannot dislike or go against the masses because if you do, you're considered a hater.
Yeah.
You cannot stand out on your own and say, you know what, I don't like what's going on here because you're gonna be a hypocrite, a hater, blackballed. You know your opinion's gonna be pushed aside. When did it ever be cool to be just like every fucking body else? Because the most successful people are not like every fucking body else. That's the 3% of the fucking world.
And
You
that's
feel
why
me?
they're successful.
Yeah, look at Bill Gates. He was
Exactly.
the weird one.
But no, some of them weird motherfuckers.
I just said Bill Gates.
You shoot
Bill
up the
Gates
schools
was a
and
real
shit.
one.
I'm always friends with them.
Yeah, Bill Gates.
The niggas that's real quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had
No,
classes with
right,
them niggas, so I was cool with them.
They came with that emo look.
Like, no, the motherfuckers come to school with them long ass trench coats. You should have read from them motherfuckers.
And in the summertime, right.
Come on,
Better
now, you
watch
should have
that,
known right
nigga.
there.
That's
Something
the
is
golf
wrong.
niggas. I'm
I
fucking
said
with the
hi.
golf.
We
Something is
spoke.
wrong.
Hey, you want something from the cafeteria? We
You already
took
knew,
her
nigga. Like,
home.
damn, like, what? It's hot, but this nigga got a hood on and a
It's
hood on
right.
his head.
And the
Niggas
boots.
cool.
Something about to happen.
Just like
Niggas
they say.
doing now.
Just like they say,
In the
don't
summer,
trust.
niggas is wearing hoodies.
Right.
Something's about to
Like they
happen.
say,
They
don't
doing the
trust
same
somebody in a
thing.
wheelchair with dirty shoes. That's another thing.
Yo,
Flags. Red is
pet
always.
peeve. Pet peeve, real quick.
Okay.
And to all my viewers out there, young, old, whatever, yo, can y'all please, man, pull up your goddamn pants?
Woo!
Please. I'm tired of seeing niggas. Young man, pussy black man. You out here, nigga, having a belt in your pants and skin off your ass. What the fuck is that, dude? That shit is
Yeah,
vanity.
showing their booty.
That's the most, sorry, I'm using the word gay.
Yes.
No
We said we're not
disrespect
using
to
that. Okay.
the LGBT movement out there, but that's the thing. I think the LGBT, they're not. I don't think they consider themselves gay. You feel what I'm saying? Because they use that term as, you know what, that's gay. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that they're gay, but that shit is gay. Sagging with pants that actually has a belt on them.
That's a clown.
You want a nigga to see your ass,
Exactly.
so you want a nigga to test you. That's what you really want.
But
That's how they said in jail. That's how you can tell the
gay
difference.
men that are wearing their pants and sag. That's the cold part because it ain't them.
Yeah,
They
that's-
But that's
No.
how it started, though.
They
It
got
started.
skinny
It was supposed to have
jeans
started
on.
in jail
Yeah.
to where you sag your pants to show that you're gay. You want somebody to fuck you in your ass.
you
If that is how it started, why the fuck why do you want to sag your pants to whether it's not like that no more?
'Cause some have
But
a
that's
gay
how
look.
it started. Like, so
There's-
you want somebody to come touch your ass or walk by and stick their finger in your booty? Then what?
There's so many people.
I should be able to
these
touch your
days
drawers.
that do not know the
origin.
origin of shit. Niggas is gang banging. They don't know the origin of why shit happened. Just like she just said, nigga, when you were in jail, when you were sagging, it means you wanted to get some. Niggas don't know the origin of it, and even when they find out the origin
They
is,
don't still do
they
it.
They
still
don't
gonna
care
do
because
it.
it don't apply to me.
It don't
It
apply
do.
to me.
But see, this
That's
the
how
thing
it
too, though.
started.
Like what I'm just saying, we are not pulling niggas' cars like we used to.
Me
We're not
too.
G-checking niggas like we used to.
Yep.
We not calling motherfuckers out like
That
we
ain't
used to.
soft.
And not only that, shit. I mean, you know, nowadays you can't even do nothing to a motherfucker. You hit him, you going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Some blood gets drawn. It's a fucking
It is.
felony.
It
So
is.
you can't really beat a nigga ass like you used to.
No.
And then, you got motherfuckers you do something about it, they gonna tell on you. You know what I'm saying? You got shit just getting the fucking paycheck. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then on top of that, there's a camera every motherfucking where.
Facts.
So it's like, damn. Like, we're living in man,
Really
God
the
said that
last
shit.
day.
That's the last day like a motherfucker, right? This is some weird shit going on. The weather is long,
Right.
it's short. The days are going quick. The weeks are going fast. Years are going like by months. And then we got this bullshit government that's over us. Then we fighting. We could battle with that nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Now that shit coming over here in the United States where it's about to potentially become a third world kind of country. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be damn near a dictatorship. That's what the fuck is going on. But peep it, man. Open your eyes, bro. Open your eyes. Ain't talking about changing the money from paper to digital and all this other ass shit. Then we still got cyber fucking crooks and all this shit. The whole life can be fucking taken away just by one swipe. You got so many shit going on, bro. Like it's crazy. You can't even leave your money in the bank. The bank goes down. Then they cheating you out. They loaning your motherfucking money out. You get only 1% on it. What the fuck is 1%? Nothing. That's nothing. It's crazy out here, bro. Then people that then on top of that, yo, another thing about this, I'm gonna say this too. Get your credit together, man. Get your fucking credit together. If you don't have it together, get it now. Don't wait till you old as fuck and then you try to decide, you know what, I want to do right. I want to try to live my last days out the right way. No, just what your youth is for. Right. Young people, listen. Sacrifice your 20s. So then in your 30s and your 40s, you ain't got to struggle. Yeah. And I'm telling you that because that's what the fuck I did. I played around, and look what happened, man. It could definitely catch up with you.
And I think that goes back, that struggling part goes back to who the figures are that they're looking up to, whether it's on TV or rather in the neighborhood. If you see these people driving around with the flyest outfits, the flyest cars, and if let's just say you see the women flocking to that, naturally you're going to say, you know what? If I want to get that girl right there, I got to be like this guy right here. Or vice versa when it comes to the ladies. If you want to get a certain amount of status, you got to get the red bottoms. You got to get these purses. But at the end of the day, you don't even got a GED. You don't have a diploma. You don't have a bachelor. You don't have none of this. So you have to, like my boy Braylen said, you have to sacrifice. Because at the end of the day, when you got you a 4-5 bedroom house at age 40, having the fattest parties for your friends and family, or taking trips to different countries while you're 21, 22, 23, the best that you got is going to LA, Las Vegas, maybe Atlanta, and that's all you got? Come on now. Of course, it's going to be good memories, but we're talking about great memories.
Stable life.
Stable memories.
Your house,
have your kids comfortable, you know?
Raise your grandkids.
Yeah. That's another thing, you know, like back in the day, they used to have a house to where they could leave behind to somebody. Yeah. Black people, again, they don't do that. They don't buy houses no more and be like, if something happened to me, I want to leave it to my daughter or to my grandson. Like, because they like, the credit is fucked up to where they can't own shit.
Migration, I would say.
They can't own shit.
Everybody migrated from the South to here, to California and the Bay Area is where a lot of the nesting happened. And then somewhere between that generation and like our parents' generation, there was just a disconnect between owning property.
That's definitely where it starts, because they say that it's not even about what you save. They say the differences between the white household and the black household. We save the same. It ain't no difference in our saving habits. We save the same as a family, as a white family, as a black family. We save the same, but it starts because the white family has something to pass down to their children, so they already have a leg up. If you don't believe me, just look at who the president is right now. He had a leg up off top. So we got to start putting we got to get our credit together. We got to start putting these,
start owning some shit.
We got to start putting all these things in place, so that way we can go ahead and own our shit and pass it down and keep it in the family. That's the biggest thing. We gotta set it up to where we really keep it in the family and really continue to thrive, because that's how we gonna overcome a lot of these struggles that we have, because they really are unnecessary, but a lot of people didn't have the proper information. So on that note, we gonna get on up out of here. We had a great show. Thank y'all for tuning in with us, rocking with us like you always do. We appreciate all the love. Send all your questions, your comments, your concerns, your anything you want to know from us. We'll answer on air. Send that to podcastchronicles@gmail.com. And make sure you like our Facebook and follow us on Twitter, Frat House Chronicles. And also check out our YouTube page. We got a lot more videos to coming up for y'all. And what else? What am I missing? iTunes, Spreaker, Google Play Music, Stitcher. We look. Wherever it is, whatever it is, we own it. We out there. If we ain't on it, send us an email. Let us know what we need to be on, and we gonna get on it. We working on Spotify now, so we coming to you live and direct. You can chat live with us every Friday, 9 p.m., 9-ish.
Pacific time.
Pacific time. And Braylen, give the people your social media.
Yo, world, this is your boy again, Braylen, man. One thing I want to say before I go ahead and do all that, shout out to everybody who tunes into this show, that downloads this show, that listens in, man, and pass it along. We definitely appreciate y'all. Sorry about that. Appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? It's definitely we definitely doing something that's positive. We doing something that's for y'all, and definitely for us, but more so for y'all, because we ain't shit without y'all, definitely. But y'all could definitely follow me on Snap. Y'all know what I always say, man. Drop a line. Let me know who you are, because I don't like strangers. But I'm at I am Soul Flying Solo. That's I am SOFLYNSOLO 1. Now I see y'all later. Yeah.
Blk Diamond, give them your social. Tell them where they can catch you.
I'm going to piggyback off what Braylen said. We do appreciate all the listeners, all the downloads, all the other countries that's tuning in to us. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. Again, without y'all, there's no us. We always on some bullshit, and we talk real shit to you. You can follow me on Snapchat and also on IG, which would be Instagram, at Blk Diamond 4. That's BLK Diamond with the number 4 behind it.
Hey Zeus, do you want to give the people your social media where they can find you?
Yes, I will. Thank you guys for having me this first time. I had a great time. I appreciate you guys. You can follow me on Snap at Blk Jesus. That's BLACC_GZUS. Or on Twitter, you can follow me at BLACC_JESUS. Or finally, IG at AHDOTSMITH. And y'all all have a good one.
And Miss Keita, give the people your social media for us.
Well, you can certainly find me on Instagram, NACHEETAH21, Nachita21, and give me a shout out. I shout back.
I am Lady Reeses. You can find me on IG, Lady_REESES, and make sure, like Braylen said, drop me a line, let me know who you are. Because my page is public, so I'm not going to necessarily follow you back if I don't know who you be. Okay? And we will see you next time. Same time next week.
Gia.
I mean, what's a team without the D? I think it's only appropriate that you have that in your life. Right? Got your girl on my line, tightrope. She keeping you for insurance, Geico. I'm about to touch down for the night, though. I ain't got that much time, girl. Tell me, is you with it? With it. I be crowded up with it. With it. Got your girl on my line.